can't blame the parents. Oh, they should do that. What should they do? Take the phone away?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember back in the day with like CDs had the parental advisory stickers?
Right.
And, like they wouldn't sell it to you without a parent kind of thing. Now everything's on Instagram and
It's
everything's dirty.
Everything's accessible, bro.
Super
We
accessible.
in a crazy place, but yeah, it's like the pros and cons with this shit, right? We got access to all this information, but the con about that is with the access, it's like everybody has access. Kids have access, and now we overstimulated. Now it's like the conversation that you would have with somebody about what you're going through mentally. Now you tapping into ChatGPT, and they the perfect therapist for it.
Right.
Until you off yourself, and now it's ChatGPT. Of course, it's dangerous. You're talking
Super
to a
dangerous.
robot that's programmed, right? Like.
Music Business Unlocked.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Music Business Unlocked. Today we have a very special guest. Man, he's got one of the wildest journeys from music to sports, the independent grind to platinum plaques, from producing to global superstars, building new platforms in Web3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mitch Mula. Man, good to see you. Good to have you here.
Brother. Always.
Man, let's get back into it. We were just having a convo about AI and music.
Right.
Do you use Suno at all?
So I haven't used Suno, but I've been a part of projects where Suno is used, and I think it's a phenomenal tool.
Right.
But it's all dependent on the person that's using it, right? If you don't have that ear, you don't know what you're looking for, you can't also prompt it the right way, then it's just a tool. You know, like you can hand somebody a hammer that doesn't know how to use a hammer, and it's like they just start whacking shit. But
True.
Suno is great though.
So like, it's pretty scary. It's gotten better over the years too,
Right.
or over the couple months, I should say. I've taken old songs that I've done,
Right.
thrown it through it, and said, switch the genre,
Right.
and it's perfect.
Perfect.
It's perfect. It's
That's
incredible.
fire.
It's
But
scary.
See, without that song though, what do you have?
That's true.
You said
I've used it like one or two times the other way where you just fully prompt it. I wasn't too impressed.
right.
But if you feed it the right info, like you're saying, you give it the right prompt,
Yeah.
it's scary.
You got to have somewhat of a cook up to, feed it something, and then it gives
Sure.
you back like, now you may have a top line that's amazing, but it's based off of what you already gave it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I had a buddy, my boy Lewis, shout out Louis. I haven't seen him in a while, and he doesn't know much about the AI music.
Right.
So I'm sitting on his couch the other day. We're actually watching the Canelo fight. We'll get into that later too.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me show you how this stuff works.
Right.
And I basically was like, I'm with my boy Louis. We're on the couch. I made up like a fake little song and sang it into the phone. And I clicked make it a country song.
Right.
And when I played it back for him, you could see just the shock on his face and the goosebumps come.
Like he couldn't believe what he was
Couldn't
hearing.
believe what he was hearing. It's
Yeah,
like magic. It really is like magic.
Yeah, facts.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And if this, to me, this is like the Windows 95 version of what's to come.
For sure.
So wait till we're on PlayStation 5.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
gonna be crazy. The thing about the AI music scene is everyone's in fear that it's gonna replace the musician. I don't think that's actually possible. Because think about it like this, right? When you had the AI Drake and the AI Travis Scott, everybody was like, nobody's talking about that anymore. And
That's
that was
true.
like 2 years ago.
Right.
And it's gotten way better since then, right? But nobody wants to hear the fake version of Drake. They want to go and listen to what Drake has to say currently where he's at.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But like,
Right.
I think like for producers, even tools like Splice, for example, Splice didn't replace the loop makers. Kids like
True.
Nico Baran is still going crazy.
Killing it.
Nagra's still going crazy.
Yup.
Like, we have this impending doom feeling every time a new tool gets invented, where it's like, if you have that skill set, if you know what you're doing, and if you were a high value person at that, what you're doing,
Right.
you're not gonna be replaced by a AI generated tool, because somebody's feeding this thing something.
Right.
It's not feeding it what you have inside you already. You know what I'm saying?
Love that.
Mhm.
So let me battle that real quick
Right.
with two things. One, when I first started using Suno, so the argument real quick, because there's a lawsuit going on, a class action lawsuit against Suno and Udio.
Oh, that's
Or,
crazy.
Yeah, I think it's called Udio. The problem is they're saying that the music that this thing's outputting is trained on copyrighted material.
What else would it be trained on though?
Right.
Right.
However, so they're saying like it's basically like any other human. If we
Right.
were to listen to every song in the world and then whatever we come out, essentially we're trained on that type of music too.
Mm-hmm.
But when I first used Suno, I heard a Cash Money AP tag output on my song
From Suno?
from Suno. And it was a direct like sample. It was a direct, it was stolen, right? It wasn't
Oh,
necessarily
yeah. That's
trained.
Wow.
That's where I'm like, where's the line between trained off of this music and
Right.
actually stealing from people?
Right.
Right. And then the second thing is that, have you seen that clip with Kalani?
Oh yeah, I seen that the other day when she was talking about it. She was like, "Yo, it's a wrap for us." Like, she's kind of one of the people I'm talking about. Like, everybody has this fear, rightfully so though, because it's definitely something scary when you first look at it. But I've been in the Web3, also AI space for years now,
Right.
and I understand like, okay, these are tools that are to be used. They're not coming to replace anybody. Like the artist that just got signed, the AI artist that
Yeah,
got
and
signed.
that's what I was trying to bring up. So how do you feel about that? Because it was an actual songwriter
Mm-hmm.
that wrote all this stuff.
Right.
But the music, in my opinion, is all Suno.
Right.
And the actual voice is not a real person. It's Suno. They got a $3 million deal, this
Allegedly.
girl. Allegedly.
See, like, even with deals, bro, because I've been, doing sports agency too. Like, I was
Okay.
managing my sis who played pro tennis.
Fire.
And I'm going to just get into the deals as well. Like, and this is not to knock them because the deal actually might be $3 million or it might be incentive or performance bonus based. It might be worth $3 million based on executing these certain terms.
That's how the music biz goes.
Exactly. So it sounds good and I'm not knocking it, but I don't think we're so far gone as a society to where people are going to attach themselves to an AI before they attach themselves to an artist. Like, you may listen to it might come up on your playlist, but there's no essence there. There's nothing to dig into. There's no backstory. You know what I'm saying? And even like where we at in music, like you think about any artist that people love and care about, they know everything about that person.
Right.
The personal side, the music side, deep diving. You can't deep dive into an AI. And this is not me standing on the flag like, oh, humans are gonna. Nah, it's just practical common sense, right? Like, okay, cool, you have an AI artist allegedly signed a $3 million deal. For the label, it makes sense because you have basically zero overhead. There's no recording costs.
Yep.
You don't have to hire songwriters. You skip out a bunch of people to pay, but those people that you skipping out to pay are what makes is what makes music music. It's what makes Drake Drake. It's what makes Travis Travis. Like,
right.
You don't just put an AI in there with Travis and hope for the best. You put the coldest writers and producers in the game. So like, I'm not afraid of AI at all because I know what I'm doing and I know what I bring to the table. Like, that machine ain't gonna spit out what I got.
That's real.
And that's what it is.
What would you say to the people that are like, yo, it's taking food off my plate?
I mean, it's like anything with technology, bro, because think about like Blockbuster, for example.
Okay.
Blockbuster had the chance to go digital. They decided to stay brick and mortar. They had the chance to advance with the technology. They decided to stay in the past. So that's just an example. Like if it's taking food off your plate, up your skill set.
Adapt.
And what I'm saying is harsh, but it's the truth. You up your skill set. You either get with these tools and start using them to your advantage because the thing with these AI tools is they just make things happen faster.
Yeah.
It's not like it's doing something better. It's doing something faster.
True.
Right? So I got like a friend of mine who I partnered with Lil Bitcoin, Television. When all of the AI stuff was coming out in the beginning with the AI Drake and these models, like we had talks every day because we had Lil Bitcoin. Lil Bitcoin's an avatar rapper. He's not AI.
Right. So
what he was saying is the same thing. He was like, yo, I love this stuff. And I'm just in my head like, bro, this could take your job. Like, why would you love it? He was like, nah, because if you use it with the tools and da-da-da-da. Then I started looking at it differently like, oh, this is just the .com bubble. Or not bubble, but this is just, we crossing over into a new plane.
New era.
The people that are afraid are the people that, not to knock anybody, but they may not understand what they're looking at or they may not have the belief in themselves that they can get it done. Like, I haven't seen an AI mix and mastering engineer yet. We got platforms like Lander and stuff like that has been out for years. I don't hear anybody championing that.
Sure.
So like, what are we really afraid of?
Fair enough.
Right.
How do you feel about the Timbaland situation? Same way?
I don't know too much about it, but what they said was that what he was like taking people's submissions and then feeding it to his AI.
Yeah.
If that's true, I don't think it's cool because it's done he's doing it the whole time with a bad intention. So if he actually did that just to feed his model, I think it's definitely wrong. I don't think it's right. From a business standpoint, like the whole point of business is to spend less and make more. So I get it, but it definitely isn't something that I would say is cool in this space because these people are being led on. If that's actually what happened,
that's the case, right.
These people are being led on to think that they have something, or they excited to send over their whole folder of music, and I think it also just hurts the community because there's already the stigma about, I don't want to send somebody my song, they might steal it. Now it's like, that person not even gonna steal your song. They gonna feed it to AI and flip it. You won't ever know.
It's crazy.
But if that's what he did, I think it's dead wrong. But I'm gonna just hope that he didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Fair
I'm gonna hope that it wasn't done with that intention. Yeah, facts.
Like we said earlier too, anybody with an Instagram has a voice now, and you could
blame anybody for anything, right? It happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to you. Like somebody, hey, you took my. Like, okay, because you on Instagram saying they make it true now. Okay,
right,
whatever.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. You just touched on Lil Bitcoin. I wanted to save that for later, but let's get into it. For the people that don't know, what is Lil Bitcoin? Who is Lil Bitcoin? And how did that project come about?
Man, that came up in the craziest, I mean, the most natural way, honestly. Like 2017, Bitcoin. I'm going to give you the whole story because we got time,
Let's
right?
go. We got the time.
I just moved to New York. The day I moved to New York, I got in a taxi. I actually got in a taxi. It wasn't even Uber. And it was this African guy. I forget where he's from. I think Nigeria. Long story short, we driving. He taking me to my crib. And he just like, for some reason, he started talking about Bitcoin. And I heard of Bitcoin before, but I heard about it from a different, from some less ethical measures. Like I heard about it being used to do other stuff, right?
Silk Road.
Exactly. Right. So I'm like, yeah, I heard of Bitcoin, but I'm like, yeah, I heard of it. But what you getting at? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you trying to pitch something to me? Like, so I'm just listening. He like, yeah, man, you should invest in it. Cause da. He started telling me about blockchaining. Like he gave me, I think I landed in LaGuardia, like a 30-minute, basically like breakdown of what cryptocurrency is, how it works. And the thing that got me was he was so adamant about it. He was like, yo, I was part of the Google team early on, and they were going to pay us in shares, and I chose the money. If I kept the shares, I would have like 12,900. Like he knew the exact dollar amount that he would have. So I'm thinking like, yo, the amount of times this man calculated this, like he definitely is sick about it. He's like, he on some get back type time.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, cool. And he just kept on like, yo, make sure you get it. And he took my number and like he would always hit me up and send me new coins. So
what year was this?
It's 2017.
2017. Okay.
This is August 2017. This is August 12th to be exact.
Crazy.
Right? So I'm
My
just
grandpa's
like,
birthday.
it's a good day. So he's telling me about it, and I'm like, all right, bet. So I started looking into it. At the time, I thought I had to buy a whole Bitcoin for like a couple months. Then he's like, yo, no, you could buy pieces. So I'm like, okay, cool, I'm invested. So that's around the time like Litecoin was like $5. It was just crazy. Everything was on sale, $41 for Ethereum.
Sheesh.
So I'm investing, and then Bitcoin goes from like, it was $2,000 at the time. And I'm like, damn, do I buy a whole bit? Yeah, but basically,
right.
Bitcoin started to go up in price, and people started talking about it in the industry too. Like I would go in studios, people talking about it. So I flew out to LA to meet my partner in television. Like I was with a management company at the time, and he was working for that company doing visuals. So it was like, yo, y'all should meet. I think it'd be dope.
Right.
And I'm just like, yeah, let's go. So I just flew out there really just to go kick it with him, right?
Dope.
So I pull up at the factory. He had like a warehouse. He was pressing up merch for Maxo Cream in Montana 300.
Fire.
But he had like a little office in the back. And when I pull up, we just talking about, whatever music, because he produces too. And then we start talking about like Bitcoin. And I'm like, yo, what if it was like because he was, actually, this is what happened. He showed me a digital, it was a VR website that he had built for Maxo Cream.
Crazy.
Where it's like interactive, like you damn near in a video game and you touching this and you touching like a picture and you could buy the shirt. And we just...
You're ahead of the curve.
I'm talking about, we was years ahead of the curve, right?
Crazy.
So I'm like, yo, what if there was like a rapper that existed on the blockchain, right? And we just started talking. I'm like, I think he asked me like, yo, what would his name be? I'm like, his name would be Lil Bitcoin. I just spit it out.
Crazy.
Like, and mind you, when this type of stuff is happening, you're not thinking like, oh, this is going to, like, I'm just like, yeah, his name would be Lil Bitcoin. So from there, I went back to New York and I just started recording music as Lil Bitcoin, like just like, not gimmick stuff, but, just for fun. And then he started creating visuals to it. So when I seen the visuals, I'm like, oh shit, this is fire. So at the time we were thinking about putting it out. This was at the time where there was a lot of gimmick rappers. So we decided like, yo, if we put it out right now, it won't serve the purpose because it'll just be taking as another gimmick. So let's just wait. I don't know what we were waiting on. I didn't know at the time. He didn't know. We just decided to wait, and we did.
Fair enough.
2021 rolls around, and I left the management company by then, and he's still working for them. So he's calling me, and I haven't spoken to him since then. So I'm just like, yo, what is he calling me for? Like, I don't know what, he's like, yo, we gotta get on the phone, bro, little Bitcoin. And I'm just like, man, that old shit we did back, like, I'm not thinking about that, you know what I'm saying? So, mind you, this is after I caught the records with Juice WRLD. This is after I linked up with Burna Boy and cooked up with him that summer, but like the day I was with him and his team. It's like a lot of stuff is happening between then. My mind's not even thinking about it.
That's the last thing you're thinking about.
Nah, man, I just moved I think I was living in Brooklyn. Like I moved to a high rise. Like I'm just like, yeah, all right, cool, bro. Like, but then he's hitting me up every day for like 2 weeks. And I finally got on the phone and he was like, yo, have you heard about NFTs? And one of my people in London named Mo, he was doing some NFT basketball card, something like that. And he like kind of explained it to me, but I'm like, yeah, it don't really make sense.
Right.
why somebody would want that. Because I understood blockchain, but I'm like, why would somebody? But then he explained like, yo, this is how it works for Lil Bitcoin. Like all of the mansion and the stuff we was talking about, and instantly it clicked to me like, oh, so all of those visuals, we could just sell those. Like,
Crazy.
and I understood the monetary value.
The light bulb went off.
It went off in my head. So we did a drop in March. And the drop did like 5K in a day.
Incredible, bro.
But it's funny because we actually got a DMCA takedown for the drop, right? This is where the shit get ill at. I never spoke about this either. I haven't told anybody this outside of my team.
We getting the exclusive.
You getting exclusive, right? So when the DMCA takedown happened, I'm like, yo, who could possibly say they own this shit? It was the old management company claiming that they created Lil Bitcoin. So I'm just like, because he left them too. So I'm just like, damn, why would they do that? So I'm looking at it. I talked to my attorneys. I'm like, yo, like, what? He was like, nah, they can't do nothing. Like, we gonna fight it. Like, this y'all clearly own it. It is what it is. But what happened is we were supposed to sell, like, we were estimated to sell like 25K. So that DMCA takedown, the fake takedown, took 20K essentially out of our pocket. But when I seen it, I'm like, okay, it's something here. It's not something that made me jump ship, but it's definitely like, you know, the video was a 15-second teaser. It wasn't like we did something crazy elaborate of a song that was 5 years old.
Got you.
So I'm like, okay, it's something, right? Or 4 years old. But fast forward, we did another drop in October, and it was Lil Bitcoins. It was like just 49 PFP, but they were video PFP, and they just had like I said, the old song didn't make any new music. It was just the old songs behind them. That did like $86,000 in 7 days.
Oh, man.
And anything I'm saying here, like I know a lot of people come and talk about, not come here, but a lot of people talk about how much money they made in crypto and all of this. For the viewers, I want y'all to go and look up what I'm saying. Like, type in Lil Bitcoin wearable, type in anything I'm saying, fact check me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it did $86,000 in 7 days. And I'm like, oh shit, we on to something. Like,
I heard about Lil Bitcoin actually before you and I met.
That's crazy.
You
So
know?
exactly. So you see what I'm saying? It's like, it's been out. People have been hearing about it, but all of these things is like happening in my life. And I'm just like, yo, what? Like, I never made this much money this fast. It's crazy, right? So fast forward, we did another drop with Death Row at the time. This is before Snoop acquired them. This is when they were owned by Hasbro. So that drop, if I'm not mistaken, but like I said, you can Google this online too. All of the numbers are online. I think in the first 2 days, it did like $484,000, almost $500,000 in sales.
Incredible,
right?
Bro.
Because what they did was they took the Lil Bitcoin IP, and it actually says Lil Bitcoin Death Row Inmates. Like, it's a Lil Bitcoin drop. It's not just, Lil Bitcoin. No, it's a Lil Bitcoin drop.
Right.
So that did that, and then we did another drop with the King of Midtown on Nifty Gateway. You can look this one up too. It's at over like $1 million right now, but that one did like $800,000. So it's like we hitting these milestones that aren't really milestones because nobody has done it before.
Right.
All without putting out a single song.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah. So like, I mean, after that, we just continued to do what we did, and we did drops with a bunch of other people since then. Like just navigating that space was a movie because, like I said, it's not like we had a blueprint to look at. It was nobody before us. It was nobody to say, we can do this and we can do that. We were kind of just freestyling and finding value and making sure that people that bought our project got the value. So we started doing comic books. We sold over $100,000 worth of comic books, both digital and physical.
Amazing.
So it's like we definitely made history in that space, and to be a pioneer in that space is something dope because while it's happening, you don't really know like I never took time to smell the roses or be like, yo, I'm that dude in this space. But looking back on it, it's like, yeah, we planted a serious flag. Like,
sure.
It's
Listen,
a global
when
name.
I did the intro, when I said you're an innovator,
Right.
I mean it, bro.
Appreciate that, bro.
Incredible.
Appreciate that. But yeah, it's a wild ride, man. So like right now where the space is at, that craze of buying the art, the high valued art is not where it was at. But even while we were doing it, I always knew that wasn't the thing that was gonna last. That's why we moved into doing actually giving people comic books and physical material and creating a storyline. So we did our PFP drop, I think 2 years ago. We didn't even do we didn't do out the gate PFP. We strategically took, because we could have made $1 million if we did a PFP.
Okay.
But let's build a foundation so people know what they're getting. So when they do buy the PFP, they can look back and say, wait, they did this. They can feel comfortable with their purchase and comfortable in their investment. So, we did the PFP later on, but, we still own and control the IP. We looking for options right now in Web 2, but That's just
So the project's still active.
yeah, it's still active. Like we didn't shut it down, we didn't turn it off. It's just right now where the consumers are, it's not enough attention in Web3 to actively deliver what we want to deliver to our audience.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
So you don't think it's a dead space? You think there's room for progress and it'll come back?
yeah, it's definitely room for progress because anything that makes that much money, it doesn't just like, it's not a Ponzi scheme. It's not like people got
Right.
ripped. I mean, some people did get ripped off because
sure.
they didn't do maybe they didn't do the right investigation before they bought it. It's
Most
like if you
def.
buy a stock and you don't look into it, you just see it skyrocket and you're going to put your money in, you're going to lose it, right? So it's definitely coming back, but it's not coming back in the same fashion as before. The tech behind NFT, the whole purpose for it is definitely a real world application that will be a daily application.
Okay.
But in the way that we've seen it, like, I don't believe it'll come back in that sense.
What do you think the future of it is?
The future of it is going to be transactional. House deeds, car titles.
Okay.
It's just going to be payment processes that speed things up. When you get your check from your label, hopefully it's through an NFT that verifies it. So then if you want to sell it, sell a portion of it, you can then create a smart contract. Like, we can go on and on and
For
on,
sure.
but like for me, understanding like what it represents is just a proof and authentication of purchase
Most
and
definitely.
ownership. So there's a million things you can do with it. It's unlimited what you can do with it. You can
Right.
deviate percentages of ownership. We actually try to do something. Now I'm seeing like a lot of companies sell rights to songs, a percentage of rights to songs. That I could show you a document that was in our model for our chapter 3 drop with crypto.com.
Incredible.
But due to, like their legal team and the SEC, they were a little, they didn't want to do it because it just seemed, it was just ahead of its time, honestly.
For sure.
You
I
know?
seen Nas do that with one of the releases with Hit Boy.
Exactly.
He was auctioning off like a portion of the song and people were buying it.
So we tried to
cool.
do that years before. And it's actually something I talked to my team about in 2018. I could show you text messages of it, but
Crazy.
it was like we want people to buy the NFT, and once they buy the NFT, they also own a percentage of the song because it's a non-depreciating asset, so they can't really lose money in it. But like I said, when you're doing it with other platforms, it's hard to. But we still open to do that because the model is there. I think we are forward now in society where we kind of we understand more about it, so there's less intimidation with it.
Right.
But yeah, it's gonna come back.
Well, that's dope. You made your footprint because when it does come back, you'll be ready.
We there, and I got history. I've been here, since day one.
Right.
We've been planting our flag. You can look up this, drop that. That's why I said in the beginning, like, we live in Miami, bro. Everybody does everything, and they make $1 million a day doing this shit. Like,
Right.
I'm actually one of them people who did it, and you can look it up and see it. I don't have to say, I Google it. Just
Respect.
Google it. Go to PBS and see the documentary that they did on us. Like,
Crazy.
it's like that. You feel me?
That's what's up, man.
Mm-hmm.
So we're working backwards. Let's get into the music. Let's get into the production.
Right.
For the people that don't know, let's go over some of the placements and how you got started with music and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first placement and then when you realized this is more than just a hobby, producing music?
So my first placement, like I say, industry placement was with Rip Flames.
Okay.
Out of Cleveland. And like I could say with him, I got so much appreciation for Rip, man, because like where I was at in my life, I had just blew my knee out playing football. I was like not hospitalized, but I'm in the dark room. They prescribed me 70 Percocets and there's 54 oxycodone at the same time.
Crazy.
I mean, y'all could tell now I didn't take them because I'm not addicted to drugs,
Yeah.
but they gave me the formula to destroy my life.
Right.
And looking back on it now, like it makes me kind of mad because I've talked to doctors before, and every time I tell them the prescription, they just look at me like, why?
Why would they do
Why
that?
did you have 2 of the same thing at that high dosage in that prescription? But I say that to say, he's the first person in the industry to like jump on, not only just get on my beat, but like, he was really adamant about working with me. Like he was like, yo, I found my producer.
Dope.
And for me, I'd never looked at music as something that I wanted to do in life. I was an athlete my whole life, and that's where I was going. But
Right.
when that happened, I instantly had to switch gears or just like, yo, I got to win a Grammy. That's what I told Brian from Live Mixtape. Shout out to Brian, because he the one who put me on with Rip.
Fire.
Right? So Rip did a song, I think, the week before I got injured, and I sent him another beat the night before I got injured, and I seen he posted a snippet on it. So when that happened, I text Brian. I'm like, yo, I got to win a Grammy, bro. Music is done. This is all in the ambulance with my leg like
Crazy.
My LCL severed, ACL, MCL, popliteus. The whole thing was blew out.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, I could tell you about that story too.
Yeah,
just
let's take it back real quick. Let's take it
Yeah.
back. I know you're an athlete.
Right.
Sports, football. Early on, I read about the injury.
right.
Let the people know.
Yeah, man. So I grew up playing sports. I've been playing soccer since I was 5 years old. I was like a phenom, like a low-key a legend in Broward County. Like I went to Europe. My first time in Europe, I was 11 years old. I played in
Sheesh.
England, Sweden, and Denmark. I've been doing, like, I was an athlete. That's all I knew. That's all I ever wanted to do. I didn't really care for school or anything outside of that. But yeah, found myself, I made it to college, Division I college playing football. I transferred schools. When I transferred schools, NFL teams started to reach out because they seen what I did as a backup at my previous school.
Crazy. You were in South Carolina?
South Carolina State.
Okay.
Yeah, South Carolina State, where I think I broke the school record for an interception return for a touchdown. And this is all as a backup. I had like 4 defensive touchdowns, and I didn't really play that much. So when I transferred, I had a lot of attention. I had scouts coming to the practice. They were at the game where I got hurt at. So, long story short, somebody fell on my leg and like snapped my LCL. They basically blew my knee out, like the Willis McGahee thing.
Yeah.
But sideways. Exactly.
How old were you?
I was 23, I think.
Damn.
Yeah, 23. And I was so and like I said, anything I say on this interview, I want people to go look it up.
For sure.
Because it shit gonna sound like I'm just saying like I'm Hercules. But no, when I fell on the ground, I'm on my back looking at my leg sideways. With everything that I've been through and the adrenaline pumping, I'm just telling myself, nah, not like this. So I snapped my leg back in place.
Sheesh.
Yeah, and I'm like, because I'm thinking it's dislocated. When these type of things happen, your mind is going all over the place. You're not having rational thoughts. You just like fighting against whatever's going on. So I snapped my leg back in place and I try to get up and my leg just like wobbles to the side. And I'm just like, I never felt that.
Right.
So they carry me off the field, and then they're like, yo, a lady just jumped the fence. I'm like, yeah, that's my mom. My head down, though. I'm just like, I know that's my mom doing that.
Damn.
And then when they take me to the sideline, I look at my mom, I'm like, yo, it's over. She like, man, don't you ever fucking say it. Like, she got mad. She like, I don't care what's going on. Don't you ever say that shit. So
were you in incredible pain, or did you not feel it because of the adrenaline rush?
I was sick, but when she said that, it's like, instantly I had to snap out of it.
Yeah.
And then that's when I sent the text and all of that. But like, the shit is crazy, bro, because when I'm in the car, and I'm sending the message out, it's like, oh, I gotta change gears. I can't sit here. I can't just, it's not over. You feel me? So like, that's what got me in the game.
Gotcha. So before that, no interest in music? You weren't making beats? None of that?
I mean, I done messed around with music before, but never is like, oh, I'm gonna be hot produced. Like, no, my dad made music. You know what I'm saying? So like, I spent a lot of time in his studio because I lived with him in high school. Okay. So when I moved to Ohio, when I was 12, this is another crazy story. I told this on the Angela Yee podcast, but we got time? We got time. All right, bet. So check this out. I didn't meet my dad until I was 11 years old. Wow. Right? When I met him, I'm going to give you this is the raw. Let's go. When I met my dad, I met my grandma first, and she kept like, yo, your dad coming, you going to meet him. And she kept like hyping it up like I was going to meet Santa Claus or something. Right, mind you, I think when the cameras went off. We vibing. Oh, we good? All right, bet. So when she's saying it, I'm like, okay, cool. Like I'm interested, but at the same time, it's like I'm already 11. Like I'm not too excited. I just want to see him. Like I want to meet him. But he came, and when he picked me up, he was in a Mustang with the roof down, like a drop top Mustang. Right, mind you, I'm living on the east side of Miramar at the time, so I'm like, not saying that's like the ghetto or something, but we don't see them type of cars over there. And when we do see them, we know who driving them. Right. So he in there, he got the platinum chains on. He got 2 sidekicks on his hip. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, he don't look like the guys I know that hustle. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing I thought. But they picked me up, we riding. And then I get back home, I'm with my mom, and I'm telling him, she like, I'm like, yeah, he da-da-da. She said, yeah, I seen the car and I seen the chains. She like, I'm like, my dad hustling? She like, nah, your dad ain't like that. Your dad ain't. Like, she instantly was like, nah, he ain't like that at all. He ain't doing that. Okay. So I'm like, okay, cool. My dad lit somehow, right? So then he come back another 2 times, and then we go out to like game. You remember GameWorks at Sawgrass? We go to GameWorks till like 12. Mine's just a school night. I'm just like, I'm like, whatever. Yeah, I'm like, shout out to Pops, right? So we go to GameWorks, bro. Then he take me, we go back to the hotel, and I go to the hotel he's staying at. And it's this lady in the room. And I don't know who the lady is. And she like, you know who I am? I remember this shit like it was yesterday. Cause I'm looking at what she said, I'm looking at her like, damn, I think I should know who she is, but I don't. Right. And she was like, I'm LeBron James' mom. And mind you, this is like 2002. Okay. So I thought LeBron James was white and from France. You know what I'm saying? Cause I swear to God, bro, cause of the name, I'm like, as soon as she said it, the only thing I thought LeBron was French. That's incredible. Right? But long story short, I move up there 2 years later, and I'm living with her and my dad. So, like, my experience up there was crazy because, like, I'm around LeBron, Rich, Maverick before Rich, turned Clutch Sports to what it is. Like I literally seen, not him become what he is, but like the foundation of it.
Right.
So I was seeing a lot of stuff like, just getting a lot of game, really just being around that, right? So I say that to say growing up with my dad, like he was a producer. So I come to find out he was producing music.
Very cool.
So like after practice, I would spend a lot of time in the basement and like TV was right here where the game at and the studio right there. So
Dope.
every day I'm hearing music. Every day I'm hearing him make a song, make a beat, mix a song. But I never once touched the equipment.
Got you.
So I say that to say like, I don't know, through osmosis or something, it just found its way in me. But the fact that I'm doing it now is just like, it's kind of comical. Like, look how life worked. You know what I'm saying? I was afraid to I always was interested in it, but I just was like, nah, let me not touch nothing. Let me just play the game. But I mean, here I am now making music. So that's kind of how, I guess, what got me into it. It's just like you hearing music every day, you hearing somebody mix a song every day. It's like, it's hard to not become that.
Becomes
you know
part
what
of
I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
So back to the injury. After that happens, you know,
Right.
what was the actual transition period right into the music?
Man, it's like I say, all this stuff is just gonna sound crazy, but what happened, I got hurt, sent the text out. I think I had surgery that week, and I was on the plane the same week to Cleveland to go work with Rip Flames.
Okay.
And at the time, I had a laptop and I had a all-in-one computer, and I wasn't comfortable with my production skills on the laptop because I was using the all-in-one. So I packed the all-in-one up in a box, and I'm on crutches, and somebody's carrying the box for me through the airport. So when I got to Cleveland, we set up the all-in-one computer, and we got there. We made a song the same day. And he was like, "Yeah, bro, I want you to produce for me." And then Pesh, who was my manager back then, he was like, "Yo, we want to manage you." And I'm just like, "Okay, cool." So at that moment, I'm like, "All right, bet." So I made up my mind because I was in school. I was in like a master's program because I already graduated with my degree in business.
Okay.
And I had an extra year of eligibility, so I went to the master's program. So in that moment, I'm like, all right, bet. So when I get back to Carolina, I'm dropping out of the master's program because I only came just to play football. Like it's already known. It's not no secret because I was going to leave after the semester anyway. So at that point, I said, I'm going to just leave early because there's no point in me being here. So when I got back to Carolina, my dog Tone flew down. And then we drove back. We drove in my Camaro. We drove, I think it was like 13 hours to Ohio. Facts. And then I told myself I wasn't leaving until I got that management contract.
That's
so
real.
I stayed in Ohio from like November till May of 2016, I believe. And then my mom was traveling with my sister at the time, but she had some health issues.
Okay.
So my sister went to Columbia for a tennis tournament. Mind you, I was still doing the management stuff with her as well.
Right.
So I went down to the tournament, and then while I was down there, so I left Cleveland. I'm like, damn, I gotta leave. I can't stay no more, right? So I left Cleveland, and I got to Columbia, and then they sent me the management contract like the day I landed in Columbia.
Sheesh.
And then I signed that, and it's like, I think that was May. In October, Yo Gotti dropped the song Mitch.
Crazy.
Yeah. And that story was crazy too because I was in New York. I'm out there hustling and shit. They pulled up. I didn't know they was coming because they from Cleveland. They never really leave the city.
Right.
So they hit me like, yo, where you at? I'm like, I'm in New York. They're like, oh, we out here. I'm like, what the hell y'all doing out here? They're like, yo, Gotti just signed this new artist, Moneybag Yo, and he wants us to come to the studio, and he got a song in one of your beats. And I'm like, damn, okay, Gotti, one of my favorite rappers. Let's do it. So when I get to the studio, Gotti like, yo, I got this song, and he just like yeah, I named it Mitch. And he playing the song, and I'm trying to keep a straight face, but the whole time I'm like, yo, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that shit came about. And I thought in that moment, like, yo, my life about to change. I'm about to be on the road, woo, woo.
Right.
But it didn't happen like that. And it just taught me a lesson, like, no matter what win you get, you got to keep working. So even with the Lil Bitcoin stuff, I don't really celebrate the wins. You know, it's like, I'm supposed to win. I just got to keep winning. I got to stay focused on what's next.
I love that mentality.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. For sure. Let's get in a couple of these questions here.
Mm-hmm.
Man. So, what do you produce on?
Man, I'm on Ableton, I'm on Logic, I'm on FL, and I even produce in Pro Tools too.
Crazy. What did you start with?
I started with FL.
Okay.
It was, somebody had gave it to me. Yeah.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah, so that's what I cook up in.
Amazing. You went international. You work with a lot of international artists. How did that come about?
How did it start? I think Malky G from Italy was the first artist I worked with.
Okay.
And my my godfather knew his pops from New York back in the day. My godfather is the one who created Dada Supreme.
No way.
Yeah. So like I
Crazy.
got a great relationship with him. Like I probably call him 3-4 times a week. I know he probably tired. Like I'm calling him middle of the night. He like, yo, hello. I'm like, yo, you free? You got time? And he always say, yeah. I know he dead tired. He like, yeah, what's up? But he linked me up with Malky. They flew me out there and I worked with Malky for a week and did like a whole album with him. But I mean, it's just like how my life's set up, right? Like I'm Guyanese. My family's already from overseas.
Okay.
So me doing stuff in different countries is just like, I'm not like a typical American that's born here that has, no connections or limited connections. A lot of my resources are outside of the country.
Right.
So I just kind of, work with what I got to get what I want.
Do you approach music differently if you're cooking up for somebody in the U.S. versus somebody overseas?
Oh, no, I approach it, fairly the same. Like, I'm just bringing what I got to the table. So regardless of who I'm working with, I know what I could do, and that's what I'm here to do, not anything else. If I'm doing some Afrobeats, like an Afrobeats artist, or even the stuff I did in Latin, like I never approached it like, yo, how does Bad Bunny's producer? Like, I'm not interested in that. If that's the case, they would have brought that guy in there.
Of course.
I'm Guyanese, I'm American, I know R&B, I know bounce, so this is what I got. If you like it, cool. If you don't like it, that's cool too.
Got you.
You know?
When you lock in with an artist like that, how do you find the balance between like giving them the Mitch sound versus staying true to like their original?
I feel like if they working with me at that point, they want my sound. So
That's real.
That's just it.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, it makes sense. Talk about Juice WRLD.
Oh yeah, that's crazy too, bro.
How did that come about?
So I seen his profile in like October 2017. A lot of stuff happened around that time.
Yeah.
And I seen him on, I think, Internet Money's page or something. And I'm like, damn, this guy, he kind of looked like Uzi mixed with Ski Mask. That's the first thing I thought. Then I listened to the song. I'm like, oh, this shit kind of hard, though. So fast forward, just how, life works. Same guy, Brian, I think he's one of the greatest A&Rs in music. He don't get the credit, but he don't get the credit because he's not, like, out there championing a lot of the shit that he's
Behind
done.
the scenes.
But he's done a lot for me in my career. But he hit me up about Juice. He was like, yo, this kid in Chicago is going crazy. The homie DJ Victorious knows him.
I know DJ Victorious. Shout out to
Yeah,
DJ
shout out to
Victorious.
Victorious. So Victorious actually the one who, put a lot of that shit together. So we go to Chicago to work with the homie Four. Four from Black Ink Chicago. He also live down here, do tattoos and shit.
Dope.
So we go out there to link with Four, cook up with Four, we go crazy. And then we link with Juice like the next day for like the rest of the trip. We there with Juice for like 4 days.
Crazy.
And we there with I think G Money. I don't think Bibby came around maybe. But yeah, we just with his team. But this is before he popped. This is like early on, you know what I'm saying? When he was rocking the blue Goyard bag, like the only bag he had type shit, you know what I'm saying? Not
Did you know he was about to be a star?
Nah, hell no. I ain't think nothing of it. To me, I approach every session like I just came to do what I gotta do, like I'm doing my thing, right? But
when you seen his process, did you feel something special?
This is when I knew he was different. And I'm glad that while he was, here, I got to tell him this to his face because the first day we recording, I pressed record on the beat and then he just freestyled a whole song. And I'm like, damn, we just did a song in 2 minutes.
Unbelievable.
And he like, okay, run it back. Then he do a whole nother thing. And I'm thinking that he's memorized the songs. So I'm like, okay, he run it back again. I'm like, okay, eventually he gonna run out of these songs. But then he go like 20 times and I'm just like, I start laughing. Everybody in the room kind of like, they laughing too because he's saying fine, like he's saying the dopest shit, right? So I'm just like, oh no, this kid is like on some other shit. But we cut the song. Then the next day, we go in there, and I'm like, bro, I ain't never seen somebody do the shit you do. Like, I'm a fan. Like, we went he's in the booth about to record, and I just came in like, because really what I was thinking is, a lot of those freestyles, you could save these and make new songs out of them, so you could just work less hard. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just telling him like, yo, whoever engineer you, keep all of the outtakes, and then you could just have me or whoever just like make beats around it. So and I actually did that too. Damn. Funny enough, a song called, I'm not gonna say the name of the song, but I did that to a few of the songs. Okay. A few of them leaked too. But I'm in the booth and I'm telling him like, bro, I'm a fan. I never seen nobody do the shit you do. I didn't work with a lot of people, but I don't know what it is you got going on, bro, but I'm a fan. Like,
that's fire.
Keep doing it. Let's cook up though. And we made, a couple more songs. The last song we made was Scared of Love, and that made the project.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then it's funny because like when I left, I don't never call my homies and tell them to get features or nothing like that, but I call my dog Velly. I'm like, yo, I just work with this kid named Juice WRLD. Like, get a feature from him. Like, ASAP, bro. I'm sure you could get a feature for, like, maybe a couple bands or something. He never got the feature, but shortly after that. But even then, I'm not telling him this because I think he about to blow up. I'm just saying like, yo, he fire. He's a
Right.
good rapper. Like that's it.
Right.
Shortly after that, he just took off, man. I'm watching this shit like, wow, this is crazy.
What an incredible run Juice WRLD had.
Amazing run, man. Amazing run.
When it comes to the creative process for you, what do you start with? Do you start with drums, melodies, samples?
It really depends on how I feel, honestly. I like starting with the melody, but anybody that's ever worked with me or seen me work, like that melody, whatever we start off with, 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna be what we finish with.
Right.
Because once I add the drums, I kind of like, it's like I'm getting to understand how I feel while I'm creating, because I start with a melody, but then I'll introduce the drums, and then maybe some other accents or something.
Right.
And then it changes, and then I'm like, okay, I guess this is how I'm feeling right now. And that's
Gotcha.
what ends up being what the beat is.
I cooked up a couple of beats with you, and that's kind of the process that we did,
Yeah.
where it's like the melody started changing after we got the drums in, and
Right.
we eventually caught a vibe.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, we here and everybody happy, like, let's go with this.
Let's
You know
go
what I'm
with
saying?
this.
So that's it.
In addition to production, you're a songwriter too. Let's get into that.
Man, my songwriting journey was funny. The first artist I ever wrote for was Chinese Kitty.
Oh shit.
Yeah, bro. And it's crazy because like I remember like it was yesterday. They my homie my old manager Pesh hit me up like, yo, I know her manager and she's Guyanese, you Guyanese. I think you guys are connect on that level, and like they looking for some production and some songwriting. And he know I ain't songwriting, but we was both on the same type of time. And like, bro, just put me in a room. I'm gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Fire,
But
bro.
I was always rapping, so it's like, how hard could it be to write a song for somebody else?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I linked up with them, they came pick me up. I was staying in East Harlem. In that first session we had, I freestyled a song, and they was rocking with it. Freestyled 2 songs. Cause they asked me like, yo, you be songwriting too? And I'm like, yeah, I'll be writing shit. Whole time I never wrote a song for nobody.
That's
But
right.
I think this might be, if they watch the interview, like now they'll know that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
like how I approached it, how I delivered the song, how I did it was just like,
Like a pro.
yeah, instantly. And then like I was writing songs for her ever since. So that's how I started songwriting. And then we got the
Crazy.
one joint, Thoughtbox remix with Hitmaker,
Oh,
Dreezy
shit.
on there, Dream Dog. Like,
I know you was on that. I know that
yeah,
record.
I'm on
Good
that one
shit,
too.
bro.
And then I got another song I wrote for Queen Naija and Lakel. So the songwriting has just been like, I just do what I could do, bro. Like, if I'm in the room and I can add value, I add value where I can.
Right.
Yeah.
How's the approach different from when you're producing a record versus writing a record?
That's a great question, bro. I never even thought of it. My approach is, if I'm writing a song, just writing a song, which is rare, I mean, I just go in there and freestyle, go in there and rap, or like even with Chinese Kitty, like I do this thing every time, like, yo, how you feeling? What's going on in your life right now? Because I'm not just like, I'm not here to say no bubblegum typical shit. Any song you ever heard with me and her that I wrote the song, it's not some type of bar that you heard somebody else say before. And
Okay.
it's very personal and some shit that's actively happened, going on, or like it's true to the person. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not I'm not writing a bunch of songs at home and then getting there and say, hey, say this. Like, no.
Got you.
I want you to feel comfortable in with the shit you saying. I'd rather it be true than false.
So you would say like concept is super important as opposed to like catching a melody or something like that?
The melody is definitely important, but
Okay.
the concept gotta catch too. Like if you want to pop your shit, like we could do that, but I'm not just gonna give you here's a whole 16 bars of shit being popped. Like,
Got you.
what you think about this? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's very much interactive. Like I'm not just handing somebody records. I can if that's what they want, but
Right.
in any song that I did myself, I tell the truth. I don't fabricate shit. I'm not saying stuff just to make somebody like ooh and ah.
Right.
That's
right.
just fake, right? I'm not gonna say I hopped out of a purple Bugatti with the lights. Like, nah, bro, that's not my life. But I'm not gonna write a song for somebody where they saying that.
Right.
Like, if you want to say some fly shit, we could do that. But I want to know how you feel about it, though.
That's dope. I feel like the audience could connect with that better too. You can feel it when it's real.
Yeah, I feel like that too. Like, I listen to some people and it's like, oh, I don't believe none of the shit they saying.
Cap.
Yeah, and it's like from there, I don't care how dope it is. I don't want to listen to it because it's not true. Not saying you got to just go in there and spill your heart every time, but
Right.
at least if I'm gonna bring, like, I'm very conscious of what I bring to the table, and I want to focus on that, right? So if somebody get with me like her, she know if we do a song, it's gonna be true to her. It's gonna be something that she feel comfortable because I'm asking you, like, yo, how you feel? What's going on right now?
Okay.
Like, we got a song called Stories of a Ghetto Kitty.
Shit.
She had some situation happen and she came to the studio. I'm like, yo, what's going on? How you feel? You told me the story, and that story became that song.
Crazy.
So that's really, how the creative process is.
I definitely, even with like posts on this Music Business Unlocked, If I'm really spitting from the heart
Right.
and I'm really writing, using no AI, no chat GPT, it connects with the audience.
Right.
I gave Lil Wayne a write-up on his last album. Some people said it was chat GPT. That was truly from the heart. I
Right.
truly spoke about it. And the amount of views and reposts and that kind of thing it got was unbelievable. And it was because it came from a real place.
Yeah,
You know,
they feel
it's truly
it.
how I felt, and they could resonate with it.
But that go back to what we were saying earlier about the AI shit. It's like you can't really connect to some, computed, made up artificial intelligence.
Facts.
You gonna connect to what's real, because it's got essence in it, it's got soul in it, it's got that invisible thing that we can't see but we believe in. It's there.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, but oh no, you said that so perfectly. It's got to be ChatGPT. Like, why can't a human do this shit? Who you think made ChatGPT?
I was laughing at them comments, like, really?
Like, shit. You know how the internet is. You just egg them on. Like, what makes you think that? Ask them a question. They gonna go into a whole nother rant. Somebody gonna jump in and argue with. People just like to argue on the internet, dog.
They
Like,
love it.
It's the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Unbelievable. Let's talk about that Splice pack, because I was using that before I knew you.
That's fire too, bro.
How did that come about?
Man, that's the homie Doug, fresh percussionist. But you ever seen the rare kits on Splice?
Yes.
So that's the homie Doug,
Oh,
right?
shit.
So
Shout out Doug.
I met him. I think I met him through Seth, or did I meet Seth through him? Long story short, he was staying on like 116th and First Ave. I was staying on 110th and First Ave. I don't know how we connected, bro, but we linked up. We started cooking up every day. He'll walk down the street to my crib and just make shit. And then he was doing kits on Splice. He was like, yo, I want to link you up with the people at Splice.
Crazy.
And this is 2018. This is before Splice is, what it is now. So when he did, I went in there, talked to them, I think Grace was over there. I think Matt Block was the person who was over the project as well. And yeah, just delivered them the pack. Essentially,
Fire pack.
Yeah, that was it, bro. And I actually had an idea to market the pack. I see people doing now on TikTok where they make the beat without playing it. They just make it without hearing the beat. That was actually in my marketing release I wanted to do, but I couldn't get into their studio to do it. But yeah, it was like these things they happen, and I just go with what life give me, and it ends up being, a bunch of cool shit.
It's amazing.
Thank God, yeah.
That's amazing. You collab we've collabed before, but
Right.
how do you approach like collabs with other producers?
With other producers, it really just depends on the vibe, man. And because it's like, it's easy for me to work with people, but I can't work with people who move really slow because, like, I have a lot of ideas really, really fast. And if I can't get them out, then it's kind of like, it's like when you in school and you already get what the teacher's saying, you kind of get bored and sidetracked, you start misbehaving. It's like the same thing. Like, it's easy for me to collab with people who kind of understand the vibe and it's naturally flowing.
Right.
I hate collabing with people that's like super scientific and, this has to be to the quantization. It has to be quantized this
Right.
much, and this is the wrong note. Like, bro, we making music.
I'm on the
We're
same
not
page.
making a rocket. Like, let's cook it up. If it sound good, I don't care if the root note is C and I played the 808 and F. Like,
Right.
does it sound good? Okay, get out the way. So, all in all, it's like people who don't get in the way of the process with their science or whatever shit they got in their head.
Right. No, I could agree with that.
Yeah, and it's even the same with songwriting. Like, I work with some songwriters where it's like, they so hell-bent on their idea and how it should sound and musically these notes are correct that it's like, bro, the fans don't know that shit.
For sure.
The fans don't care about that.
Some of the biggest records have wrong notes. I was watching on TikTok, some kid be breaking down these records that have like, the wrong note, wrong 808.
Right.
Poison, Bell Biv and DeVoe.
Mhm.
The 808 is off key on one of the notes. That's one of the biggest songs of all time.
Nobody cares. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, I hate, and that's like, you ask me like how it is working with people. I love working with people who just flowing, who just, going with what sound good. I really dislike working with people who are, like I say, it's like shit, you working with a damn robot at that point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Might as well use Suno.
Yeah, I might as well use Suno, get you up out of here. You get in the way of this shit. You feel me? At least Suno gonna give me something back.
Right.
But yeah, that's
Crazy.
all in all, just like, just don't get in the way of the shit.
Fair enough. How do you feel about like splits, even splits, or when people are in the room and that kind of thing? What's your approach to that?
I feel like if we just use common sense and logic, the splits should be understood. Like, if you send me a loop and I go and do everything and make the song come out, there's no way that's a 50-50 split.
Okay.
Because we literally didn't do 50% of the work, right? You sent me a loop, I did the rest, and they got placed. But it's like if we cooking up in a room, it's 50-50. But if
Fair
you just
enough.
add a hi-hat, okay. It's like, I've never been in a situation where somebody tried to claim more than they did, but if I am, I would ask them, like, how much you think that hi-hat is worth?
Right.
You know, not even on some funny shit like, okay, you added a hi-hat and a snare. What percentage of the beat you think is fair? Because I really want to know, like, but I've never been in a situation where somebody's claiming more, thankfully.
Yeah.
But I've been in situations on songs where someone has said they wrote something that I wrote. But, you know, when you got the right marketing and, not marketing, but the right management, the right legal, and, you know, you stand on the shit you did, it's like, and you got the fucking record, it's like,
Right.
oh, did you? Okay, let's
I got
skip the
receipts.
let's skip the 32 seconds of the song and see what happened. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But yeah, I think it should be understood by just common sense and logic. If we doing 50% of the work each, then we get 50%. If you doing one thing, there's no way you think that one thing is equal to what I did or what somebody else did. Yeah.
I've seen people say not the, try to claim a percent, that kind of thing.
I think it's petty, man. I think it's like it come down to self-belief.
Okay.
Because if you got to go out your way to do something like that to claim a percent, you believe in your heart that you can't get back in the same position.
That's real.
You know that you don't belong here. So
That's
it's like,
real.
how did you get here in the first place? But if you confident and you know that you belong and you know what you bring to the table, you don't gotta go do that. You don't gotta snake people or do funny shit because, like, I'm gonna be right back here anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Could get it again.
Yeah, for sure.
What about like the non-creatives that try to claim percentage, the managers or the A&R?
I think it's
or whatever?
lame and it's whack.
Yeah.
I think it's whack. But at the end of the day, I understand business. Like, I get the premise of it, but I don't think that people that haven't created the music should take percentage of the creation of the music.
Agreed.
Now, if you go and get the shit synced or you go and do something for the record that generates more revenue,
It's a different story.
I think you should get a percentage. I think it's fair business. Like, I got people who I work with that, like, the homie Mo, for example, who linked me up with the, who got me the record with the A Boogie.
Okay.
A Boogie on his Food for Thought.
Fire.
Like, he put it together. I'm like, yo, I know that you don't want a percentage or anything, but I want to offer you one because you went out your way to do this. Even if it happened on accident, I want to just show appreciation. You know what I'm saying? So I
Respect.
do think that people should get percentages based on the work, but I don't think somebody should just come in and take percentages just like, oh, I did this, so give me that. Like,
Right.
unless you got that type of agreement with that person and they cool with it, like, shit, do what you do, but
Fair enough.
it's not going to happen with me, though.
And what you
know?
just mentioned, if somebody makes a play for a record or you give them a percentage, it's how you build relationships and it goes a long way.
It's good business. It's good. If I
It's
give you a
great
record,
business.
right? I mean, we done did tons of records, and it's
For sure.
always like, we got to understand it, like, bro, send this shit to anybody.
Right.
You gonna get a piece because you the one created. I done said it out of my mouth, record me, put it on, whatever you gotta do, but it's
Right.
good business.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite placement?
Oh, shit. I really don't, bro. I got a song with Schoolie that he never put out,
Okay.
and I think it's amazing. I listen to the shit, like, actively.
Yeah.
But it hasn't come out, though. But I think that's probably one of my favorites. I don't have a favorite, though, to be honest with you.
That's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
I don't.
Do you remember like hearing maybe one of your first placements like on the radio or anything? Do you remember what that feeling was like? Did it boost your confidence?
Yeah, I heard my song on the radio with Rip Flames,
Okay.
like, fairly early out the gate.
That's incredible.
So I just felt like, you know, you have a perception of the music industry when you on the outside looking in. So when that happened, I'm like, oh yeah, we about to make it. Like, it's lit. It's funny because I had a few of those moments in my career where I'm like, okay, we on the radio. I mean, we about to go on Jimmy Kimmel next.
It's over.
It's over with. It can't tell me nothing. But nah, it feel good to hear your stuff on the radio regardless. Even now, I got a song with G4 Boys.
Okay.
It's called Azul, and that was on the radio when it first came out, like the first day.
Fire.
And it's always good to see people playing and supporting the music, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How about syncs? Do you have any notable syncs we could talk about?
It's funny, I just got hit up by United Masters for a sync with Helene for the song Harder that I produced for her.
Okay.
But I got a sync with Amazon Prime and Victoria's Secret.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, it was on the they did a special and they just highlighted different women around the world doing music.
Beautiful.
It was I had 4 actually on it. With
Wow.
Goyo, yeah.
Okay.
Facts. And that was like something else
Shout
that
out
was
Goyo.
Yeah, shout out to her. Cause that was random too, man. Like, you know, cause when I did the session with her, it wasn't a label session. It wasn't, oh, we gonna work on this for this. It was, I met her and Mike at the studio, 5020 at Sony. I took a liking to their music. They took a liking to my music.
Nice.
So I just rented out Flow Rider Studio, actually. I rented out for like a couple days. And I'm just like, yo, let's cook up over here.
Dope.
And I'm just making shit, you know? Because it's like, I'm a person that, I rock with who rock with me. If you like what I bring to the table and you like what I got, I'm gonna cook up. I'm gonna, you know, put my energy
I love
into
that.
you. You know what I'm saying? So just creating from that pure place creates opportunities, at least for me.
Okay.
So them songs that I did during them times that I booked the studio or had her pull up over here, pull up over there, that's what ended up being on the Victoria's Secret Amazon
Crazy.
campaign. Yeah.
Does your environment kind of change how you approach music if you're cooking up at home versus in the studio?
Yeah, it does. It does, honestly. But sometimes I just like to take my laptop into my kitchen and just sit on the countertop, like, cook it up with no speakers, no,
Right.
no headphones.
I've seen some of the IG videos.
Yeah, so it's like I do move around sometimes with it when I get bored or when I get like, just I just need different visuals, I guess.
Right.
But I'm very much into making music at home. I don't need a big studio. Like, I never needed that stuff. I always use what I got.
Dope.
Mhm.
Is beat block a real thing?
I think beat block is a real thing, but when you reach beat block, you're not conscious of your creative process, and you're not conscious of where your actual ideas is coming from.
Right.
Like, I know these not my ideas.
Right.
I'm getting this from God. Like,
For sure.
it's coming to me, and sometimes the signal stop. And when the signal, like, if I ever get like beat block where I can't come up with nothing, I just disconnect the computer. I go for a walk or I watch TV. I do other things, but I know, okay, right now it's not coming. Because we
sure.
all know, like, as creators, when you get in that zone, you might be in the zone for 3-4 days.
Yeah.
And you going crazy. You don't control that shit. So
You
what
can't.
make you think you control the beat block?
For sure.
So I handle it both the same.
Yeah, you can't sit down and say, all right, today we're going to make a hit. It'll never work.
Nah, never. And I done been in the studio, people say that, yo, let's make a hit today. As soon as they say that, I'm like, shit.
Here we go.
I know we not making it. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like, yeah.
When it comes to publishing, when it comes to credits, when it comes to that type of world, any
Mhm.
advice to producers?
I say get an attorney.
Yeah.
And make sure you get a relationship with your attorney. Because they going to save you a lot of money. But yeah, just get as much information as possible, man, because nobody's responsible for giving you the information. Nobody's responsible for putting you up on game or teaching you how this shit work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you depending on somebody to show you the ropes, they probably gonna take advantage of you.
Most
Whether they
definitely.
want to or not, it's gonna be like you a sucker. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure.
for any producer, any creative out there in any field, like, understand the business you get into. Publishing definitely for producers.
Most definitely.
Mhm.
How do you feel? I mean, we were talking earlier about like the streaming world.
Yeah.
It's in shambles.
You know what's crazy about this shit, bro? Because when you look at these projections of streaming income going up, or streaming revenue going up,
Yeah.
and where Spotify's projected or how much money is in the music industry, I don't think as creatives we have really analyzed that. What does that mean?
Right.
Because we see sales declining with major artists. But I think I figured it out. It's like it's more people making music now because more people have access to TuneCore, DistroKid. More people are, and even with like BandLab,
Yep.
now you don't even need a studio.
There's no barrier to entry.
So I say that to say, like, shout out to Illmind. He one of the people who figured this shit out early.
Yep.
The music is in the independent artists. It's not in the labels. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
think about the label model, what they're doing now. They're doing distribution deals now, or distribution now,
Right.
right? So it's like the labels are focused on the independent artists.
That's for sure.
So
We got hit up by I'm not going to mention the name, but a big label the other day, one of the biggest, and they said they're starting a distribution company now. They were
are.
looking for some promo on their page. I'm like, wow, y'all are doing distribution too, huh?
come on now, because it's easy. It's free money. They put
I
the
get
song out, get 20%. They don't have to back and forth. And they got this money coming in on a daily basis. Who doesn't want to say, oh, yeah, I just did my distribution with Sony?
Of course.
They're not doing nothing for you. Might as well the TuneCore. But like I say that to say, like, we haven't really taken a serious look at where the money is in the industry.
Right.
We all think it's with the labels.
Right.
Mind you, it's, let's say less than 25 major labels.
Okay.
And everybody's trying to get to them. Whole time the labels are focusing on the independent artists, creating distribution companies. The
Most
money
definitely.
is in the independent artists.
Yeah.
And I said Illmind because he's one of the people who I seen first. Like, even like you creating drum kits, you're not creating this shit for Playboy Cardi. You creating this for the kids who want to produce. And I'm like,
my kits I bought back in the day.
bro, he got a kit that's called, it's like $125. It's like a deluxe kit.
Right.
I bought that before I even met him.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm making a beat with him one day, and I pulled a kit up. I'm like, yo, he done made so many kits, he don't even recognize this as his. I'm using his shit in his beat with him. You know what I'm saying? But
It's amazing.
it's dope because it's like that's where the bread is at, bro. It's not in. I mean, it's there too,
Yeah.
and that's what everybody's chasing. But you got guys like my best friend Jacob.
Yep.
You got guys like Busy Works Beats. Some of these people you heard, like,
Yep.
they have made a living off of catering to the independent artists.
I love it.
Because the independent artist is making money too. They just not getting the same platform and spotlight. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about artists like, who's independent that's right now is killing. I mean, Tech Nine been killing it for a minute.
For a minute.
I think both Russes, La Russ and, the
Shout
other
out.
Russ.
Yo, La Russell, what he got going on, man, Hats off to Lil Russell.
You see what I'm saying? Like, they making bread. They making a living off of doing this. But this is the goal for the independent artists coming into the game, is to be like these guys.
Right.
But that's where the money is at. You know what I'm saying?
I seen somebody on Instagram say, because we posted a clip of Scarface talking about how streaming is dead. Back in the day, you sell 1 million copies at $10, you're making $10 million.
Right.
Nowadays, the streaming 0.003 cents a stream and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I seen somebody in the comments say Spotify and Apple and all that is essentially the new billboard, just for you to, you know, be seen.
Right.
And you can take it back into your hands and go direct to consumer.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that? About these D2C and platforms like even.biz and that kind of thing?
I think they great in theory and
Yeah.
in concept. It's just the same thing what's going on with Web3. It's not enough people in it right now for it to make a huge difference. I think even.biz and these other D2C platforms are great in theory. But the problem with Web3 is that, let's say that in the art space, $1 billion is spent because there's 100 million people. In Web3, you have $10 million spent because it's 1,000 people. So the problem is, it's not that many people who are using these services
Right.
to make it be significant in the playing field.
Right.
Right? I think like Spotify and Apple Music, they're great because they give everyone access to your stuff. So it's no shade to them. They are embedded in business with the labels, for sure.
Yep.
But if you're an independent artist, what does that really mean to you?
Got you.
Or it's not like, I think we got to misconstrue. It's not a war against the labels.
Okay.
We not like, I mean, a lot of people they have this disdain towards the labels.
Sure.
You would have that relationship if you look at them in the way that you're looking at them. If you're looking at them as, oh, the labels are fucking us up, why you focused on them?
Right.
You know, like, Sony ain't blocking you from putting your shit out or dropping the beat kit. Universal ain't stopping you from doing your thing. You just mad because you can't get what you want out of them.
That's a gem right there.
It's a nasty relationship. It's an unhealthy relationship.
Right.
You know, go somewhere where you love that. Go somewhere where people appreciate you. Focus your attention somewhere else. I was talking to the homie Release about that the other day, and I'm like, bro, I'ma still do work for labels and like that type of stuff and get big placements, like that's for sure. But I'm not just focused on that consumer base, because the independent artists I work with, I make more money off of them than I do the labels, and it's a better relationship.
Crazy.
It's actual value there. You know what I'm saying? It's I'm actively helping them further their career. We having conversation. When you work with a label, it's like sign a contract, one off, and you done.
Right.
But we gotta also be responsible for our emotions. We gotta take our emotions to court. That's one of the elders saying to Masjid. It's like, you can't focus on this and be mad when you don't get it. Right? Like, we have the option and opportunity to do other things. If this ain't serving you, why would you continue to do it? Are you insane? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you just gonna be mad at the labels forever. But that's where you get like these now bitter, not saying people like just nasty or salty about it, but change the dynamic of the relationship.
I love
that. You know, like, it's people out there who need your help. It's people out there, like, y'all run a studio.
Yep.
Y'all get label clients, but most of y'all clients probably come from independent artists.
For sure.
And when they come in, they eager to work. They ask you, yo, how can I do this? How can y'all do that? And you watching them elevate.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And that's community building too.
There's more freedom there too in the creative process.
So wouldn't you just rather do that?
You know?
But you see, what people chase is the glory and the fame, and not saying it's a bad thing. It's cool.
It's a lot of vanity though. It's,
it's a
know,
lot
how
of
much
vanity.
of it is real?
Exactly. So when you have these, you know, it's this disdain, it's like you have this in your heart because you attach to the vanity of it. You attach to the notoriety, or you attach to the things that other people gonna think. Because you could tell somebody right now, or you could make an album for this major artist for 100 bands, or you could make an album for this independent artist for $1 million.
Right.
They gonna take the 100 bands because they want to be on Billboard. They want people to know them, like, yeah, I did it. I told you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't about that.
Right.
If it was, you'd be winning.
Of course. Of course. We're towards the end right now. I want to end it on a fun note and just do a couple of quick little questions.
Right.
Well, real quick, before we get to the fun questions, when people look back at your career, what do you want them to say about Mitch Mula?
Man, I want them to say that, I never thought about this, so I'm just freestyling, right? But I want people to say that I just believed in myself, and I brought what I could do to the table. I never tried to be nobody else. I always tried to, I always was myself, and I created from a pure place. I just believe in letting the work talk, man. Like, people could say whatever they want to say, and at the end of the day, honestly, like, just being able to put music out and have people appreciate it, that's all I want. It's like people to appreciate it. They could come up with whatever conclusions or he's a great, whatever they want to say.
Right.
Cool. That's because somebody gonna say something opposite.
Of course.
But just the fact that people could receive the music or whether it's the NFTs or any of the things I created, the digital products, whatever it is, just so I could put it out. That's all I want, just to put it out.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
If you could wrap yourself up in one word, what would that be?
Oh, man. An artist, bro.
Artist.
And this is not on some, I'm just a creative who, sits and like, nah, bro. I just, even with the cars, right? Like I do Turo too, not to like just go on some other business,
Sure.
but I just like to create shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like to make stuff look cool. I like to just, just be creative. Clothes, music, whatever it is. And I don't have to be, what's my guy name that did Off-White? Virgil. I don't have to be Virgil. I don't have to be this person. I just want to do the shit that I want to do. I want to do cool stuff and make money off of it. But I want to make a lot of money off of it. I have to this point, and I want to continue to do that. So, yeah, I just want to do cool shit.
Saying stuff like that, I think it's real important for the young producers or the young entrepreneurs to hear that.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into these fun questions real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
Listen, every time there's a boxing match, you and I speak,
You remember what I told you last time? Go ahead, though. We go.
Yeah, no, listen. I'm a huge Canelo fan.
Mm-hmm.
I seen what Floyd did to Canelo.
Right.
I didn't think it was going to go down like that last time.
Yeah.
You told me otherwise.
I told you it's going to be bad.
Sir, you were right.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, I want to get into some funny stuff.
Right.
Who'd win in a fight? 50 Cent of the game.
50 Cent. He got a boxing background.
Okay.
For sure.
Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant?
In a fight?
Yeah.
Damn. I say Mike. I say Mike. Because he just naturally, if they both the same age, he's naturally more athletic.
Okay.
And I would say, too, Mike is from the 70s, 60s, country boy. Like, he grew up fighting, for sure. And he grew up with brothers. I don't know if Kobe had siblings.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but you see, Mike had an older brother, so he had to be getting his ass kicked at some point and became the ass kicker that he is. You know what I'm saying?
Will Smith or Jamie Foxx?
I don't know, man. That slap that Will Smith, how he slapped Chris Rock.
That was serious.
I don't want to get slapped. Like, I'm going to say Will Smith.
Say Will Smith. Mike Tyson in his prime or Floyd Mayweather in his prime?
It's not a fair fight.
That's real.
It's not a fair fight. But Mike will win just because he's way bigger and he's going to land something eventually. And no matter where he landed at, I don't think Floyd could stop it because, Tyson was 215 in his prime. Floyd was maybe 147, 154 at the highest. Tyson.
With that said, what do you feel about this Tank Jake Paul thing?
I think it's bullshit. I think boxing fans want to see Lamont Roach rematch.
Okay.
I think the boxing fans want to see Devin Haney versus Tank. I think the boxing fans want to see Stevenson versus Tank. Give me anybody else versus Tank. Like, not to knock Jake Paul, but
it's a show.
Yeah, it's like Jake is like 210.
Yes.
Tank is 130 something. Like,
I hate comparisons.
I get it though. Get your bag. Like, it's a big money fight, but I don't think I'm gonna watch it because I want to see the real fights. I want to see the real shit happen.
I got you. Lil Wayne versus Drake.
Oh, man. That's a tough one,
That's a tough one.
Because Wayne is smaller than Drake. Drake is taller. But Wayne from the trenches. So I don't know, but I'd like to believe Wayne has probably been in more fights.
Okay.
Especially being up under Cash Money. Like, all them dudes older, you going to fight somebody. I take Wayne.
Okay.
I take Wayne.
Last one on that note, Jay-Z or Nas?
You know what? I'm going to say Jay-Z because in Ether, Nas called Jay-Z a Taibo hoe. So that means that he knew Jay-Z was doing some type of martial arts.
Okay.
So just off of that, I think Jay-Z will win in the fight. And he got the height advantage, so he should have longer reach.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You have a favorite rap album?
Damn. Probably Stank On You by Outkast.
Sheesh. Okay.
Stank On You. The Blueprint is up there, too. The Blueprint is probably my favorite, though. If I had to pick one, the Black Album is up there as well.
Yeah.
Victory Lap by Nipsey.
Incredible.
That's a tough question, bro.
We could go top 5, you know what I mean?
Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 is probably, that's got to be number one.
Okay.
That's got to be number one.
Okay.
For sure.
You have a GOAT producer?
My pops is ill.
There we go.
It's ill. I like Timberland too. I like 40. I like Pharrell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a dream collab that you haven't worked with yet?
Dream collab? You know, one of my goals is to do albums with people. But on the dream collab side, I think Don Toliver.
Okay.
I think doing some shit with him would be fire. I think Burna Boy would be dope. Like doing an album with him would be dope. And another one, Dave from the UK.
Okay.
I think doing some shit
Shout
with him
out
would be
Dave.
dope as hell too. Yeah.
Do you always use your producer tag? And has there ever been a song that you didn't use your tag that you were upset that you didn't use your tag?
It is though. I gotta think about it. It is a song that my tag isn't in. I'm like, damn, I should have put my tag in it. Cause it kind of went crazy.
Your tag is memorable.
I don't remember what song it was though. I don't remember what song it was.
Okay.
But all of the songs that people recognize from me, like the tag is in there. So
Got
I'm
you.
glad. Food for Thought by A Boogie wasn't in there, but it makes sense because that tag would just be outrageous to be on some love song type shit.
Fair
you know
enough.
what I'm saying? So I
On
left
the
that one
last
out.
question, what's the randomest thing you've ever done with an artist outside of the studio?
The randomest shit. Damn, I gotta think about that one. Random shit.
'Cause you already know it's good to build relationships with the artists outside of the studio. I'm sure you've had a couple of stories.
Man, hell yeah, bro. That's what I'm trying to think of. Like,
Right.
I know the normal shit, going out to eat, you know, going to the club, like that type of shit. But the most random thing, yeah, I ain't even gonna say that. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But I think it's important for the people producing and collabing with other artists to know that a lot of these relationships are built outside of the studio.
Yeah, real relationships, man. Cause like I know we focused on getting placements and working and, you know, being the greatest of all time and all that shit. But, you know, some of these people, these artists that you're working with, they do make good friends.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
they are cool to hang out with. You know what I'm saying? And
Super
I'm
dope.
pretty sure you are cool to hang out with too. Just they people at the end of the day. We all trying to get somewhere.
Right. I think people kind of get lost in the sauce when they see like a big name, big whatever. It's
For sure.
we just people at
we
the
all
end
done
of the
been
day.
there. I done been there too, where it's like I'm just messaging somebody, yo, let's work. And it's like they probably just want to hang out for real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For sure.
Man, ladies and gentlemen, Mitch Mula.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Any projects coming out soon that people should be aware of?
Yeah, I'm releasing a song, my own song called Mini Men on the 4th of October. I'll be releasing music and content for the rest of the year. I got
Beautiful.
a lot of collabs, a lot of songs that I mix and mastered coming out as well. I'm just gonna continue to do my thing and, you know, create in many different forms. So if y'all like what y'all heard, stay tuned and, you know, stay tapped in.
For sure, we'll be here watching, bro.
Nah, I appreciate
Thank you
my
for
boy.
coming through.
Thank you, Brody.
Love.
Already.
Yes, sir. Good talk, man, for sure.
Cool. That's some gems out.
Yeah, there's some gems in there for sure.
Music Business Unlocked.